What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video your girl is here to bring you another video in my must have must gag series. This is my series I created inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series. I always have her series and the community playlist linked down below, as well as all of the Instagram pages I follow to get all of this makeup knowledge. And lastly, but certainly not least, I always have all of the items listed and linked down below. A majority of those are going to be affiliated links, and if you do shop through those links, I do truly appreciate it. I did record this look. This look should be coming up on Wednesday. I just finished eating and I forgot to reapply my lip product, so let me just do that really quickly. So yeah, this look should be coming up Wednesday, and I think that's it. Did I pick up any new makeup? So I did shop the Beautylish gift card event literally last night. I am recording this on the 25th, so like I said, I shopped last night and I did not get any makeup, so I am very proud of myself for that. I did get some big ticket items though, so that is going to push me back a little bit for that. But anyways, like I said, I did that. There are quite a few other sales going on, so you know, just shop smartly, shop the way you can, all of that jazz. I do anticipate, I believe it is this week, picking up one product from the 21 Days of Beauty. They are coming out with a cleanser that is going to be 50% off from The Ordinary. Yeah, so literally yesterday, the day you guys are watching it, on the 26th, The Ordinary's cleanser is going to be half off, and I do actually need a cleanser. I'm literally down to the wire on my cleanser, which if things work out, you guys would have seen my skincare routine yesterday on my channel. And so I need a new cleanser. This is going to be 50% off. I've been finding that I enjoy The Ordinary's products, so I figured why not just pick that up. So that is something that I actually do intend to pick up. I think the only other thing that I may have a slight possibility of picking up is the Benefit Give Me Brow, but that's if at that point when we get there I am still halfway interested. That's all the updates, nothing to really show. So let me scoot over and we'll get into it. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about is actually something that I put on screen last week, but I did not see this actual image last week. And this is the Adept Cosmetics and Heather Austin collaboration palette. Now I will say there are some really beautiful shades in this palette. It even makes complete sense, the mattes that she provided in there and all of the beautiful shimmers and foils that she put in this palette as well. I just don't know if that's going to push me to make the purchase. So like I said, I am recording this on the 25th. This is the day that it launches, and I believe in my time zone I have like 2 hours because it launches PST 12 p.m. so I think that's actually 3 hours. They're 3 hours behind the Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Standard Zone time, whatever. Either way, this is $56. I've heard nothing but great things about the people who have been showcasing this palette, and I will say that one shade in the corner, Mythology, is a beautiful like greeny poopy shade. I love it. I love that and the shimmer associated. All of these mattes, like I said, are really needed, but in a good way. And then I think all the shimmers are really pretty. I just don't know if I can justify making that purchase, honestly. That's the real thing. I don't know if I can justify it, so we'll see. I'll tell you guys next week if I justified it or not. But yeah, it's a very pretty palette. Congratulations, Heather. And I look forward to seeing even more people do videos. I've seen quite a few people who've gotten this in PR doing videos and enjoying it. I would love, of course, as always, to see somebody of a darker complexion getting some PR of a product so that people with darker complexion can see what it looks like on their complexion, not only in swatches, but in application and building all of that. But I'll sit back in my corner. There seems to be a part 2 for Spectrum brushes and Emily in Paris. I did not participate in the first collection, and I won't be participating in this one. Everything looks cute, but to me, I need it to not only be cute but also functional, and this just doesn't look functional for the way that I like to use my makeup brushes. Also, Leora is doing a collaboration with Ofra Cosmetics for the second time. She has done a palette with them previously, and in this palette there are 3 cheek products, 1 highlighter, 1 blush, and 1 bronzer, and then there are 8 eyeshadows. It looks 4 shimmers and 4 mattes. Then there looks to be like a lip gloss and a liquid lipstick. I think this all looks really, really cute. I'm sure these are all shades that work perfectly for her complexion, but these aren't going to work for me. And yes, although I could pick this up and use like the bronzer and the blush as like crease shades or whatever, that's just not something that I want to do. I want to pick up products that work for me. So this is going to be a pass. It would have been nice if like maybe the blush palette or the cheek products and the eyeshadows were separate. Then maybe I actually would have picked up the eyeshadows, because the eyeshadows look cute. Do I need them? No, but that would have pushed me a little bit more closer to actually wanting to pick them up. But because they're all in the same packaging and everything, it's just not for me. So Menagerie Cosmetics has now shown us their palette that they sneak peeked, and it is a really cute palette. It looks to be kind of pastel for them, but also bright at the same time. There's some really wicked metallics in there, and there's also a shimmery orange blush. And yeah, they also look to have like body butters and stuff. It looks to be really, really nice. It's launching on April 9th. The eyeshadow palette is going to be $45. If you just want, I guess, the ultra chromes, those are $18 each. The liquid lipsticks are $14.95, which I do have Menagerie liquid lipsticks, and they're actually really, really nice. The glowy blush is $18, and then the bath whips are $15. There also seems to be some other products that they just haven't pictured in this particular post that I am looking at. For me, what I would say is that I really, really like that glowy blush. There were also a couple of other blushes that I wanted from this range previously, and I just never got to it because like they didn't have the packaging to sell them singly, and that's how I wanted them. I wanted them in the compact and everything. So I'll probably pick up that product eventually. I don't know if I'm gonna run to pick that up. And as for the eyeshadow palette, I think it looks really, really nice, and I like the color scheme, don't get me wrong. But one thing that I've really enjoyed about Menagerie's products in the past is that I could mix and match them, very similar to Natasha Denona. But I can't necessarily do that with this palette because it is circle pans, and all of their previous palettes that I have from them are in square pans. So I think that is going to be a way for me to potentially talk myself out of this palette. It's not very expensive. I think for Menagerie, $45 is actually really, really cheap. I distinctly remember all of their products being in the 50s, if not 60s, when I was heavily picking up their products. So yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I really am probably going to 9 times out of 10 get that blush, but I don't know if I'm going to necessarily pick it up on the day of it launching. It's just not something I feel the need to do. So ABH is releasing another product in the Norvina line, and this one is volume 6. The palette is okay. I decluttered my product from this range because I didn't like the formula, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I have heard some things about ABH, but yeah, I need to look into them. So we'll see. I don't really have all that much stuff from them. So if there is a need for me to no longer purchase from them in the future or for a little while, that is an easy thing to do for me personally. Colourpop has now shown us the Avatar collection, and I was very concerned last week. And what I will say is this: I actually think that they implemented this nicely. Would I have maybe wanted a couple of different things in that eyeshadow palette and some of the other things? Yes. But am I mad at what we were presented? No, I'm not. Is this something that's going to push me over the edge to pick it up? No, I'm perfectly fine to not have this in my collection. Black Moxie Cosmetics, which I don't believe I've heard of this brand before, is coming out with a new palette, and this palette looks to be called the Boundless Bloom palette. So it is $46, and it looks to have a combination of maybe a multi-chrome, some other metallics, and some mattes. It's a 9-pan, so I like how small and curated it is. This will be available for pre-order on the 9th at 12 p.m. EST. It looks like you also can get some singles. I don't know if the singles are swatched in this photo, but the singles are $16.75 each. So either way, it looks really, really pretty. And I just wanted to showcase another new brand that I hadn't seen. And apparently you can use the code EARTH to get some money off. And that is, I believe, associated with Motivate the Earth. So Rare Beauty is coming out with a tinted moisturizer that is broad spectrum SPF 20. This is light to medium coverage that lasts with a natural radiant finish. It blurs, hydrates, protects, and it has 24 flexible shades to fit a wide range of skin tones. It's not sticky or greasy, and it won't clog pores, and it's only $29. It sounds really nice. It is a squeezy bottle, which is really, really nice. But what I will say is this: I have just picked up now, well, I've brought into my collection now 2 foundations in quite a short period of time. I don't typically bring in so many foundations so quickly anymore. I did in the past, and I've been trying my best not to do that now. In addition, I will be picking up maybe 1, if not 2 concealers during the VIB sale. So that's a lot of new complexion products for me personally to be bringing in such a short period of time. So I don't think I will be picking this up, or really any other complexion product, in the near future. That said, if I see this and they're getting rave reviews, very similar to the Fenty eavesdrops, which was something that I was slightly considering, maybe if I get through something else, like, because I want to keep my foundation collection quite curated. Same with my concealer collection as well. So long story short, I will definitely be watching videos to see if people are enjoying this product, but this is not something that I'm going to be picking up right now. Essence is coming out with the spring collection, and this is an easy pass for me, but I also just wanted to talk about it. They're coming out with a highlighter, a nail oil, some nail stickers, a 9-pan eyeshadow palette, and I think there's a couple other products. There's some lip products in here as well, and maybe like a cheek product. Nothing looks like it's really going to do much for somebody of my depth and complexion, but I thought it would be something interesting to talk about. Essence, I find they can give you some gems, but you really have to get through the weeds to find those gems, you know. Zara is coming out with more makeup. So they have now launched the skin collection, and in this they have the soft matte foundation, which is $19.90. There are 51 shades, and it's supposed to be a soft matte finish that lasts up to 12 hours and helps to control shine. Then they have their creamy concealer, which are $12.90. This is a dewy formulation, easy to blend, medium coverage, luminous satin finish. Then they have 2 brushes that are coming out, one that is a kabuki foundation brush and one that is a flat foundation brush. So I think that this is really, really cool. I've actually don't think I've ever bought anything from Zara. I have a membership, and I go in between periods of like putting things in my cart, and I just never go through with them. Regardless, I like this. I like that there's such a wide range from the get-go. They're coming out with complexion, and they're coming out with 51 foundations. That is an obscene range. I don't know, like, you know, the wideness of the range, and like I've only seen these pictures on Trim Mood, but either way, I am excited to see it. I already know at least one YouTuber that I follow has picked it up, so I will potentially watch. Will I get this product? Probably not. If anything, between the 2, I'd probably get the concealer before I get the foundation, just based on the claims that I'm seeing. The foundation looks to be, I think, a little bit too matte for what I enjoy. I definitely like a more natural satiny finish, and you know, I'm not going to always have this insanely dewy finishing spray to kind of add that dew to my base. So yeah. NARS has added another product to their body oil range, and this is in the shade Orgasm. I don't use these types of products, but in case you do, I just wanted to talk about it. So a new vitamin C is on the market now, and this is from Pharmacy. I've tried a couple of Pharmacy skincare products, specifically their makeup melters I've tried in the past, and I thought it was fine. You know, really good makeup melter, but super expensive, and I just can't seem to justify those types of purchases when I can find things that work exactly the same for a cheaper price. Long story short, I'm sure this is a really good product, just based on, like I said, the couple of things that I picked up from them. It helps to target the brightness, dark circles, or dark spots, all of that. It's for $50 though, and I just, no. I did end up buckling and picking up a quite expensive vitamin C serum when I was in Ulta more recently, because I literally ran out of my vitamin C and I thought I could get a specific vitamin C that was cheaper in store. Of course, it was sold only online, so that worked out like that. I did pick that up, so I don't need personally another one, but I do aim to buy products that are cheaper for skincare but also still do the job. So yeah, we'll see what happens. So Revolution is coming out with an IRL filter long wear foundation. This is supposed to be medium to full buildable coverage. It is supposed to have a soft focus matte formulation. There are 30 shades, oil-free, shine-free, crease-proof, life-proof, smudge-proof, blah, 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 and it's $13. I have had actually good experience with Makeup Revolution complexion products in the past. I had their cream stick, their foundation stick. I went through a whole stick, and I think I had maybe one or two other foundations from them in the past. I did like them. I went through them. They're no longer in my collection. Am I going to run to get anything else? No. And what I will say is that there's a huge jump between those last two shades, and yeah, so I'm not going to support that foundation launch. Dominique Cosmetics is coming out with a new palette, and this one is called The Moment. This one has 10 ultimate pigmented blendable creamy shades, including a midnight blue, dreamy turquoise, golden shimmers, and smoky mattes. It's Cruelty and Vegan. It is available now, and we don't have a price. Why would we have a price? Let's see if I can get a price, because it's available literally today, the 25th, and it is retailing for $49, which is not bad. I do enjoy the Dominique Cosmetics formula, although I find that she has had some rocky formulations between the different palettes that she has launched. What I will say is this though, wait for a sale. She does really good sales, I would not say quickly, but she does really good sales to the point where some things have been like 50% off. That's what I'm gonna say. I would say that this palette is actually intriguing to me right now, as I've been doing a lot more natural, neutral looks specifically for work and kind of every day when I'm not necessarily filming for YouTube. So this looks like I could get a lot of really good use out of it. Is this something that I have to pick up? No. Is this something that I'm going to run to pick up? No. I do like the tone of both of those browns, specifically the lighter of the two, the stepping out. That looks like a really nice neutral based brown, which I really do I've grown accustomed to admiring those types of shades, but this is not something that I'm going to bring in my collection. I truly am trying to be smarter. I really am, because like I've been saying, life is getting more expensive, and I've been needing to replenish some necessities, and that has been taking away my fun budget, if you will. Okay, so xxRevolution is actually doing a collaboration with Powerpuff Girls. I'm confused because I thought xxRevolution was like, no, that's Makeup Revolution Pro. Either way, they're doing a collaboration To my knowledge, we haven't seen any like real more information than just the fact that they're doing collaboration. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So Glow Recipe is doing a collaboration with Michaela, and oh, she's big on Instagram too. I didn't know she was big on Instagram too. Anyways, I thought she was. Anyways, okay, let's move forward. She has picked out some products, 3 favorite products to hydrate, soothe, and brighten the skin, and they put this in this kit. So one is a recovery serum, the next is the dew drops, and then the hyaluronic cream. So the hyaluronic cream and the recovery serum are both smaller sizes, whereas you get the dew drops for a full size, all for $48. I think that is a stellar price, and if you were ever interested in any of those products, specifically those dew drops, I would say pick this up. Is this something that I personally need right now? No, I have quite the bit of serums and stuff like that, so I'm not going to pick this up. But I have been wanting to pick up or try niacinamide in my skincare to see if my skin likes it or not, and if it helps to improve what my skin is already doing. So I will in the future actually try this niacinamide. I have tried Glow Recipe and it has not negatively affect my skin. I think it definitely positively affected my skin, but not enough for me personally to continue to purchase those same products when I could find something very similar, like I always say, in a cheaper brand. So yeah, that's that. Nomad Cosmetics is sneak peeking that they're coming out with another new product. I'm thinking it's going to be another eyeshadow palette based on what we've seen so far. When I'm filming this, I've only seen 2 shades, and I will put them both on the screen. I think they're cute. One is a really light kind of shimmery pink, and the other one looks to be a matte lime green in their formulation. I am really intrigued. There is still one palette that I never picked up from the brand that I knew I was going to really want, which I think is the Lodge. It's their winter one. So yeah, we'll be interested in to see what comes from it. And this palette launches April 5th at 12:01 EST. So yeah, we'll see what comes of that color scheme. Tarte has come out with some new products that are available at Ulta. They have an Amazon Clay Eye and Cheek palette. They also have some lip glosses, a brush set, lip plumpers, a whole bunch of stuff. Oh my gosh, this is a lot of stuff. They have these, what are these called? The lip plumpers I actually am excited about, but we'll get back to that. Then they have, like I told you guys last week, those cheek stains. Then it looks to be like powder blushes. Then they have a Tartelette blush trio. They have some smaller lip plumps, mascara and eyeliner, a smaller eyeshadow palette, mascara and eyeliner, and then what looks to be maybe a bronzer. Yeah, it is. And I think that's the set. Okay, so all of those things are kind of boring. I don't really care. Let's go back to the, what are these called? The Maracuja Juicy Lip Plumping products. They have something that looks like a brown. It looks like a brown. It could be deceiving me and actually be a really deep purple, but it looks like a brown to me, and I've been wanting to try this formula. So we'll see what happens. I don't know how expensive this formulation is. Oh, it's $21, which isn't crazy, but I do believe this formula is in the 21 days of beauty. I wonder if that already passed. If it already passed, then I'm not going to rush for this to pick this up, but I would love to try that formulation. Speaking of Glow Recipe, they also are coming out with a BHA and AHA salicylic acid serum. So this is to like help to retexturize your skin at night. I tend to go with glycolic acids. That's the form of acid that my skin prefers and actually gets I actually see results from, if you will. I don't see results personally from salicylic acid, so I will not be picking this up personally, but really cute packaging, all of that stuff. Yeah. Then we have About Face coming out with another launch. They're coming out with eye paint shades, matte lip colors, lip pencil shades, an eye fix primer. The primer is $17. The pencil, the lip pencils are $17. The lip colors are $22, and then the eye paint shadows are $24. And these are available on the About Face website. I'm confused because I don't know what is what. Oh, I see. Okay, so these are all eye colors. Those are some interesting colors. I would be intrigued to try some of these out to see if they work for me and what I have been kind of wanting, but I did not have a product from a brand that I wanted to support, because I do not want to personally support P. Louise. So yeah, and as for the eyeshadow primer, I don't necessarily need an eyeshadow primer right now. I would love to get a glitter primer. I actually ended up passing on the glitter primer that is available on Beautylish at the moment. My cart was just too expensive, okay? And that was the one thing I could justify not getting. But yeah, we'll see. I'm intrigued. We'll see if I pick something up, but I think I might pick up maybe one or two of those eye paints. Those look really, really cool. Okay, slight update. In case you see the video of the tutorial on this makeup look after I post this video, because that's going up Wednesday, the concealer and the powder did not make this all look like my skin tone. It still looks dark. It looked like it in the small little viewfinder, but that's what you get for trying to look in a small viewfinder when you need glasses. Okay, so By Terry is also coming out with a brightening CC liquid. Oh, it's a blush. It's a liquid blush. I did not know that. I thought this was supposed to be a liquid concealer. I was so confused. Either way, I don't think this product is going to work for me. They selectively chose two lighter complexions to swatch this product on. It is $34, or I'm sorry, $32 for both of these shades, and I don't think either of them gonna work for me, so easy pass there. It looks like R.E.M Beauty is coming to Ulta, which makes sense. All of her fragrances are in Ulta, which draws me to another story. Yesterday I actually went to Ulta and I just started smelling a whole bunch of scents. I had been hearing nothing but raving things about the Ariana Grande line, and then also the Marc Jacobs Daisy lines for spring. So I wanted to smell both of those in person, because you know, everybody's nose smells something different. I don't know if it was me yesterday or what, but pretty much everything, I just smelled strong alcohol. I didn't really get any florally notes by a lot of them, or it was just too much floral for me. The only one that I can distinctly remember that I thought was really, really nice was her Cloud 2.0. I actually liked that one to the point where I wouldn't be mad to have that in my collection, but I wouldn't run to bring that into my collection. So long story short, I'm not surprised that R.E.M Beauty is going into Ulta. Apparently it's going to be launching in Ulta on April 17th, but as of right now, I don't have any plans to really pick any of the products specifically up. It also looks like Morphe is coming out with the new collection, and this one is the Make You Blush collection, where they're featuring cream blushes in 5 different shades. They're featuring 5 different powder blushes. They have brushes for the blushes. Then they have 2 different eyeshadow palettes and a brush kit or set. I think that this all looks basic as I don't know what, but nothing I am really running to pick up, so it's going to be an easy pass for me. Lawless is coming out with a full coverage concealer in 20 shades. This is a semi-matte skin-like finish, medium to full coverage. It's supposed to be available on March 29th at Sephora and their website. I already have 2 concealers right now in my cart for Sephora, and I am juggling between whether I actually need to pick up both, mainly because I can't seem to pick up a decent shade when it comes to any of the concealers I keep picking up. So, that's pretty much that. And I don't trust myself to add a 3rd one to the mix, so I'm not going to be picking this up. R.E.M Cosmetics came out with 2 new Radiant Veil blushes that actually look halfway deep. That said, they're only showing them on lighter complected individuals. It looks really pretty, but I just don't think it's gonna work for me. I really would love to try this brand, but just doesn't look like they want me to try them. So I've talked about wanting to try Vieve in the past, and it looks like they're also coming out with makeup brushes, and these are giving me a very similar vibe to Smith Cosmetic brushes in a good way. I don't know about the ins and outs, but it looks really interesting. There are a couple of brushes that I would like to bring into my collection, only a few. I really am trying to curb my interest to buy everything under the sun. I really like where my brush collection is right now, but the only thing that I'm having difficulty with is when I actually am using a makeup brush to apply my foundation, I'm running out of brushes, and I also don't really have an extensive brush range that I feel apply cream blush really well. So those are the 2 kind of ranges that I would like to get more out of course, and always small blending brushes. I always could use more of those with the amount of blending that I do. So yeah, I'm excited, and I feel like that might be the really big push that I need potentially to pick up something from her website or from wherever she is sold as a retailer. So I feel like there was a lot to talk about today overall. And if I'm like going based on what I've talked about and like my feelings currently in the moment, there are only 2 things that I may potentially pick up between today and next week. And those are the paint shadows or shades from About Face Beauty. I really have been wanting to do some more artistic fun looks, and having something like this could be beneficial. I know I also could just get some more of the Danessa Myricks products, but the one thing I don't necessarily love about her products is that you have to put them on the back of your hand to really apply them evenly on your brush and then apply them on your face. And half the time, honestly, I just am too stupid to remember to clean off my hand before I leave the house. So I just it's just a recipe for disaster. And so I'm trying to make it easier for myself. And something like this, I feel like I'll apply straight from the applicator onto my brush. So I may pick up 1 or 2 of those. We'll see. And then I also would be interested potentially to pick up the Heather Austin Adept palette. But my real kind of concern with that is that I found this past month that I had too many palettes that I wanted to do 3 looks 1 palettes with. I really want to focus it down to only doing 1 3 look 1 palette a month so that I can get as much use as I want out of my Project Pan eyeshadows, and then also just doing whatever on the outside. I also didn't really have any time to do a new get ready with me or a normal get ready with me, and etc etc. So for me, I just don't want to bring in too many eyeshadow palettes. I want to remember my finances, remember my goals, all of that. So I'm not confident that I'm going to be picking both of those up before next week. I may wait. Who knows? I really don't know. I might want to see some reviews on that paint product to make sure it really is going to work the way that I envision it working. I don't want to pick something up once again and then not get the use out of it or not enjoy it. So that's kind of where my head is right now. But I will, of course, let you guys know if I pick anything up next week. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.